Bedtime Stories for Adults. Greek Mythology, Part 7. Tales 18. The Myth of Narcissus and Echo. Echo was a wood nymph, cursed by Hera, to not be able to speak properly, but rather repeat the last words addressed to her. One day, she was wandering around the mountains, until she saw a handsome young man, that no one could resist his charm, Narcissus. The nymph fell in love with the youth, but could not speak to him because of Hera's curse. So, she was following him from the shadows, silently and in love, waiting patiently for the proper moment. At some point, Narcissus felt her presence, and asked, "Is anybody here?" To which Echo replied, "Here." A confusing and repetitive conversation followed, until Narcissus called her to come out and make love with him. But, as soon as Echo stepped out, Narcissus told her that he'd rather die than give himself to a wood nymph. Echo, heartbroken, took refuge in a cave, and lost her appetite for food or water. After a while, poor Echo started growing skinny from starvation, until her body disappeared, leaving only dust and her voice. Nemesis, the goddess of revenge against those who show hubris, decided to punish Narcissus for the treatment of poor Echo. The goddess made Narcissus fall in love with his own reflection that he saw in a pond near Echo's cave. Narcissus could not leave his own reflection out of love, and starved to death, like Echo. But, before he dies, Narcissus cried out to his reflection, "Farewell, dear boy. Beloved in vain." Echo's voice repeated his last words from the cave, as Narcissus drew his last breath. To this day, Echo still repeats the last words or phrases in caves or labyrinths. Tales 19. The Myth of Hermaphroditus. Hermaphroditus was the son of Hermes and Aphrodite, and he was raised by nymphs in the caves of Mount Phrygia. On his face, one could see the grace and beauty of both of his parents, from whom he took his name. When he was 15 years old, he left the mountain where he grew up, to wander into Asia Minor, and meet new people. In the woods of Caria, he stopped to rest, and drink water from a spring called Salmachus. The homonymous nymph, Salmachus, was captivated by the beauty of the young man, and tried to seduce him, but was rejected. When Hermaphroditus felt he was alone, he jumped into the water naked to swim. Salmachus appeared behind a tree, and jumped in as well, wrapping her body around that of the young man, forcibly kissing and touching him. While Hermaphroditus was trying to break free from her, the nymph called out to the gods to let them be united forever. The gods decided to grant her wish, and blended their two bodies into one, creating a creature of both sexes. Hermaphroditus prayed to his parents, Hermes and Aphrodite, that anyone else who bathed in that spring would share his fate. And the gods granted his wish. Tales 20. Bellerophon and Pegasus. Bellerophon was a slayer of monsters, and as famous as Perseus. His most famous feat was the killing of Chimera, a horrible monster with a goat's body, a serpent's tail and a lion's head, that could breathe fire. The great hero was the son of the mortal woman, Eurynome by Aether her husband, and king of Corinth Glaucus, or the god Poseidon. Bellerophon was accompanied in his adventures by the winged horse, Pegasus. The myth has it that Pegasus was born from the blood of her beheaded mother Medusa, the Gorgon who was tricked and killed by the hero Perseus. A more detailed version of the myth said that he was born when Medusa's blood was mixed with the foam of the sea. The myth says that Pegasus was born as a winged horse because his father, Poseidon, had the shape of a horse when he seduced Medusa. When Pegasus was born, a huge thunder with lightning pierced the sky, and that's how his connection to the forces of the skies was established. So, one day Bellerophon saw the wonderful animal drinking water, and decided to tame it. This would not have been possible if Athena had not helped him by giving him a golden bridle. After slaying Chimera, Bellerophon's fame grew, and so did his arrogance. He believed that because of his great feat, he deserved to fly to the mountain of the gods, Olympus, and set course with Pegasus. Zeus was angered by his hubris, and sent a gadfly to sting Pegasus, causing Bellerophon to fall off the flying horse. Pegasus continued to Olympus, and became the loyal horse of Zeus. It is said that Athena spared the life of Bellerophon by softening the ground for his fall. However, the once great hero spent his remaining life crippled and lonely, always searching for his beloved winged horse.